A lot of excitement in the Philippines tonight. Just got done watching James and Karen, their live stream with Bellis over there in Leyte, talking about snake bites and motorbike riding and going falling down the mountains or sliding down the mountains or what have you. And exciting times over there for Bellis as he's getting ready to reveal his secret. And but anyway, um, Bella's got great plans over there. He's got a big dream. Uh, Hopefully, it'll come to fruition for him. But we'll see. I think I'll be long gone before it does. But I wish him the best over there. I kind of felt bad. It seemed like I should be there, but I'm not, and it's all good. Uh, you know, you gotta choose your friends wisely, and it's all good. I'm not dating that young girl down the road anymore, but it's all good. I wish her the best too. And but anyway, it's exciting. It's good. I'm glad to see them finally. They went. Did they go live earlier too? I think they went live earlier a little bit. It's good to see them all on there eating dinner. And of course, Bellis, he made his standard fare there of the meatloaf, and it's always good. It was good when I was there. Ain't as good as my meatloaf, to be honest, but it's still good. I'm just messing with you, Bellis. They're probably not even watching this. They're probably talking about what they're going to be doing tomorrow. And yeah, they were talking about those cobras and the snakes. And you know, Bellis, he likes to play stuff up because that's how he talks, and it's all good. And hey, Norm, thanks for coming over, man. I seen you over there in the other, over there in James and Karen's. And but Bella, he likes to embellish things a little bit and likes to exaggerate a little bit. But those snakes over there late ain't no joke. I still didn't see the pit vipers. He says are in the tree. I was hoping I got to see one, but I didn't want to see him too up close, if you know what I mean, because I was up on that balcony too. But hey, yeah, the cobras are real, man. That one hissed at me, and we went back and did a little research, and we brought up the sounds that they make, and that's exactly what I heard. I told Chuck, I said, man, that's exactly what I heard, man. And I mean, I'm talking, it was like, maybe a foot or two away from me. I didn't see it, but I didn't stick around to see it. I just knew that was something I didn't want to stick around and find out, so I kept walking. I wasn't walking too fast, but whenever I'm out, like in the bush and stuff like that, I'm always like cognizant of, because I lived in Thailand. I ain't gonna lie to you, I seen cobras in Thailand and killed one out on the farm. I didn't kill him, the Thai guys did. I mean, they pushed that tree over and we started excavating. Now I look out of the corner of my eye, I've seen a bunch of movement, like people running around. I seen this guy with a bamboo pole just beating the ground for all he was worth. And I went over there real quick and went, what was it, a snake? I knew it was a snake probably, but I didn't know what it was. It was a cobra, it was a Thai cobra. So not real big. That cobra was probably about 3 feet, 3 to 4 feet long. Probably, yeah, it wasn't too big. I've seen bigger ones over there. I saw a real big one right outside the back door of my house when I lived there in Phuket. That was crazy. Hey Robert, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming over. I just decided, wait, James and them and Bellis, they were stopped their live stream because they're eating dinner, but so I just thought I'm going to jump on live and talk about a little bit what they were talking about, and because it's exciting times. I know Bellis is excited. I know he's like on pins and he's like ready. Yeah, yeah. Let's reveal. Let's show the world, and they've been building that up and everything. And God bless them for that. That's up to them. I was trying to build something up too, but that didn't work out for me. And but hey, Bellis and we're all good. I do wish I was over there with them, but it is what it is. And I yeah, it is what it is. We'll just leave it at that. But thanks everybody for stopping in. Thanks for the thumbs up. I see two of you got me. I appreciate that. That puts the algorithm out there. I've been super busy today, and I've been on my feet all day, so I'm a little bit sore. My lower back is hurting, and I really shouldn't be sitting here like this, but because I'm going to get really stiff. So if you see me move around like that, it's because I'm trying to get the blood flowing and trying to keep the pain from the arthritis down. Because, I remember my grandparents having arthritis and my grandma, and I was just like, yeah, okay, it really can't be that bad, but it is. Now that I have it, I understand my grandmother a whole lot more. and I understand what she went through. And I'm here to tell you, folks, it ain't no joke. Anybody out there that's struggling with arthritis or whatever, I'm with you. It's no joke. It hurts, and I get stiff, and that's why I walk a lot, and I try to keep moving around. And there's somebody said hi that I can't even pronounce that name, so I don't think I'm even going to try to. Uh, well, maybe I'll try Amber. Yeah, Amaradin C. Publique. Where are you from? That's an interesting name. Yeah, you're still handsome if you're ugly. Yeah, that's okay, man. You know, usually people that make fun of other people's appearances, because I've done it too, but usually that's a sign of somebody with a shallow mind, because they don't have anything intelligent to say, so they make fun, especially they like to go on YouTube and make fun of people's appearances. And I usually get the one about, hey, why are you bald? And then I have to explain to people, over again, one more time, explain to people I'm not bald. But you know what? I am ugly. And I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. And, oh, there's Gemma. There's Gemma. She's beautiful. I go over there to Gemma Hobby, and she came over to my live stream one time, and I started checking out hers. And, she likes to dance, and she puts out these cute videos. I find her very beautiful. And she supports the channel over here, too, and I support her channel. I think it's great. And I'd like to meet you sometime. I wasn't joking about that. I don't know how to do that, I don't even know where you live. I know you're in the Philippines. I'm over here in Iloilo. So Gemma, if you ever come by to Iloilo, come on over. I'll buy you dinner. Although, I don't know, you might be married. I'm sorry if you're married. I'm not trying to flirt with you like that. But just as a friend. There ain't nothing wrong with being friends. Okay, Amir, you can, I don't know how to say your name, but you can subscribe. I appreciate that. You can watch too. You can contribute. Just contribute something positive to the conversation. And as long as we get people like Gemma coming over here, my channel, I'm happy. My channel's doing good. If she's coming over here, thank you, my friend. Yes, Gemma, you're always welcome to come here. I appreciate it. I just appreciate you seeing, because I know you're busy. You're doing your channel, and you got a lot going on, and you're creating content, much better content than what I create. And I just like to compliment you, and say, just say good words to encourage you, and to keep doing. Because hey, I know all the guys out there are looking at your channel, because you understand, people. She gets to dance, and she got some moves now. I don't know. Well, if I want to say she's got moves like Mick Jagger, because she's not a guy, but she's a beautiful Filipina lady making some good content. So you guys can go check her out. All right. Oh, you're up there. You're over there north of Leyte. Wow, I was over there in Tacloban. Yeah, we could have got together. Well, I'll tell you what, Jim. Maybe I'll come over there again. I don't know. I try to stay out of Samar, but because Samar, you got to be careful sometimes as a foreigner. But go over to my community tab there, Jim. I got an email address. Shoot me an email at that email, and yeah, because I don't want to put stuff out on the live stream. But yeah, I think it'd be nice to meet you sometime, because you seem like a really fun person. Seem like you have a good time. Finally, nice weather in Samar. Well, I don't know about nice weather there, Norm, but I got an attractive lady over there. Well, there's a lot of attractive ladies in Samar. But Gemma Hobby, she does some dancing, and she got some moves, guys. I ain't gonna lie. She's cute. All right. And see, I can say that now, because I have no girlfriend. So I can say what I want before people jump all over me for that. The Colonel's flirting with her, and he's got a girl. Nah, I don't have a girlfriend. There's nothing wrong with dating, though, getting to know people. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 6'7", Gunner. Nice try, buddy. But you go ahead on with your bad self there. I'm not even going to read that out loud to give you the benefit. But I appreciate the comment, though. Get the algorithm out there, troll. And Gemma Hobby says thank you. You're welcome, sweetheart. She seems like a really nice young lady. I appreciate her. And all right, Norm. Jim Mojave says hi to Norm. Yeah, Norm's one of our supporters down there in Australia. Jim, he's good people. And there's Jen Murray, Teen Jen says good evening. And Malkan Yadav waving. I don't know you. Welcome to the chat. I haven't seen you before. I have a guapa girl in northern Samara. All right, Norm. Well, something happened. I'm showing only one person here, so I guess I'm way behind on the chats. It's all good. Maybe the channel went down. Is everybody receiving it? Yeah, Norm, beautiful. Yeah, Norm. Jem is beautiful. So is Jen, but I like Gemma's got a good channel. She puts out. I like when she gets on there and starts dancing and stuff. Yeah, let me take care of this ignorant person here. Hold on, we gotta there we go. Yeah, there we go. Had about enough of 6'7" there, guy, being stupid. Gemma says, thank you, Norm. I don't think I need to know. I know what we would have said in the U.S., but that's not what this channel's about. So we're just gonna go on with that. And but anyway, that's what happens when you get trolls in the chat. You know, the trolls come in, they disrupt the chat, try to disrupt your channel. And it's like Bellis was talking about. You know, you got haters out there and the negativity on people that are just trying to sabotage your channel on YouTube, and it's kind of sad. It's totally not necessary. And now I don't play Roblox, but I know what it is. I don't have time for online games anymore. You know, if I play an online game, it's because I'm totally bored and just trying to waste some time. But I got other stuff going on. I don't need to do that. I spent all day today working on my multi-cab and taking things out, putting in some sound deadening material. And Des, good day, mate. And I think I'm a little old to be playing Roblox there, Cash. But Jen, how are you, sir? I'm fine, Jen. How are you? I talked to you earlier. You should, you know how I am. But I appreciate you making the comments because that helps out the channel. Now you trying to pawn off your sister? Come on now. I don't even know you. Jim Mojave. Let's dinner, everyone. Thank you, sir, Colonels. Hey, absolutely, Gemma. Hit me up on that email. What did I forget? It's on my community tab. And if I come that way over again, how far? I don't. You don't need to put out exactly where you're at, but I don't go up into Samar too much. But if you're near to Cloven, yeah, we could grab a bite to eat. That would be great. And yeah, I'd appreciate that. It'd be fun. I like meeting new people and having a good time. Especially, if somebody's a good person, why not? Have some fun, have some fellowship, eat some food, have a good time, laugh. And, but, yes, I'm in the Philippines. But, yeah, I worked in Philadelphia, too. Sorry for that mosquito going. I don't know where you went. There's some big mosquitoes in here. But, yes, I'm in the Philippines. If you didn't catch me at the beginning, I'm over here in Iloilo. On the island of Panay. Same island as James and Karen and Gino, Dazzle TV, and JP, and Edgar, and all kinds of people. And David. David doesn't live too far from me either. Cash, I'm not on vacation, man. I live here. And I've lived here for a good while now. I'm not a tourist. And I lived in Thailand for 9.5 years before I came here. But I appreciate it. Hey, and Jem, I appreciate you coming by. I really do. That's special because she's got her own channel, folks, and she's got a lot going on. And I go over there, I compliment because she puts out some cute videos, and I just as a gentleman, just try to compliment people. And I do that with a lot of people when I see them do something. But yeah, Jem was cute. Des, I'm going to go to Cebu for 4 weeks soon. Oh, that's cool. Actually, I need to go over to Cebu also, and I got to go talk to C&G Consulting, and they called me a while back, wanted me to do an interview for them, for their web page or whatever, for Facebook or whatever, because I got my SRV utilizing their services. But I live in Urdaneta. I don't know where that's at. Come to our store. What province are you in? What island are you on there, Cash? Cash King Grocery. Okay. Jan says, good night. I have appointments tomorrow morning. Yeah, safe travels on that. Jen's taking care of something for him. Well, it's for herself too, but she's helping me out with some vehicles and whatnot because we used to live in the same island. And good lady. She'll do any. I don't mean that right. She'll do anything for you in a good way, folks. I don't mean that in a crude way. But she helps out with documents and things like that. And if you got to have stuff taken care of here in the Philippines, she's always helped me out, and I appreciate it. Oh, you're Polish. Oh, you're. Okay, where are you? You're Polish, but are you in Poland? Closest I've been to Poland would be Germany. Yeah, Germany. I lived in Germany when I was younger. Had a good time. But anyway, it's going to be exciting. I know back to James and Karen and Bellis. I know they're taking a lot of video and whatnot, and they have a lot that they're going to upload, and they're going to upload about what Bellis has going on. It's pretty exciting if you think about it, because he's not the only one doing what he's doing. There's other people that are doing it too, but but he wants to do it in a big way, and maybe in a bigger way than what other people are doing. And good for him. If he's got the capital, he's got the means, he's got the land to do it, and if he can do it right, and he's going to explain all that. I promised him I wouldn't out him, and I try to do that. So I can't right now, Cash, but I'll check it out later. Cash Block Schemes. Yeah, I appreciate that, and let me write it down because so I don't forget. So you play Roblox, I take it, with a name like that. I'll try to find you and sub back, but alrighty, I got you written down. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments. It helps the algorithm. And folks, thanks for the thumbs up. You're welcome, man. So and thanks for stopping in. What time is it where you're at? It's like it's nighttime here, man. We're like 8:15, 8:15, or so that would be 2015 for you European people. Oh, widow, okay. Alrighty. But yeah, I appreciate. I got some new people in here tonight, and have some people ask some crazy stuff, but it's all good. It's nice to meet new people, But I figured jumping on after James and Karen were on there that probably some of their people would come over and see what I had to say. But really, I just wanted to get on here and talk about what they have going on over there in Leyte. And be honest, I wasn't going to be heading over to Leyte for a long time. But if Jem is over there in Samar and we can talk back and forth, and I would go over there just to meet her because she's got her channel. So I mean, she's got a good channel, and I wish my channel could get the attention that hers is getting. But it helps when you're a female; you get more attention. It seems like than some of us guys. Yes, I like Filipino food, and so you're here in the Philippines. I thought you said so you're Polish and here in the Philippines. Is that what you're trying to tell me? You lost me somewhere. Because yeah, because if it's 8, you're here in the Philippines. Yeah, I like Filipino food. Not all of it. I don't eat liver. I don't eat fish, but I like some of the other stuff. You know. But so you lost me there. You lost me, Cash, on when you said 8:14, because that's what time it is here. Now I know it's not 8:14 in Poland. Actually, oh, okay, you're playing games. You live in Hawaii. Well, it's not 8:14 in Hawaii either. But that's the one state in the United States that I have not been in. I've been in every other state. I've either lived there, traveled there, stopped there, or driven through there, and except for Hawaii. And I tried to go. So, okay, so you're on vacation. You live in Hawaii, but you're over here on Philippines for vacation. Okay, I misunderstood what you were saying. So what do you think of the Philippines? Or are you Filipino? Are you Filipino American? Yep, same as me, 49 states. And I actually lived in Alaska. that was my 49th one probably. Ah, spring break, okay. There you go. So spring break, so that means you're going to university or college. What are you studying? Please tell me you're studying criminal justice, because then we can talk. But anyway, you've been to 49 states, so which is the state you haven't been to? You're in 7th, so you're a kid. It's an adults only channel, but yeah, you must have your YouTube set up as an adult or using somebody else. Okay, Alaska. Alaska's different now, especially from Hawaii. Now, right now in Alaska, let's see, it's March, so it's still going to be cold in most of Alaska. It's still going to be cold. And up there in Fairbanks, where I was at, there's probably still snow on the ground. Breakup won't come until later in April or May, when the ice will break up on the rivers and whatnot. And there in Fairbanks, you got the Tanana River, or Tanana River. Tanana, I can't remember how we said it. It's been so long, but yeah, I like garlic rice. Keeps the mosquitoes away. But I tell you what, I don't eat a lot of rice anymore, because rice will make you fat. Yep, adobo is good, chicken adobo. And Jen, who was in here earlier, she cooks really good. She cooks really good adobo. She cooks really good curry, sopas, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, alrighty. Looks like Cash took over the chat. Somebody else say something. Say something. Let me know who you are, where you're at, where you're from. And yeah, I'm not much into the pig feet, but I tell you, I like to go to Rib Shack at SM, and yeah, they make some good. They have some good pork. Yeah, what is that? Not the baby back rib. I can't remember what it is, what I ordered, but man, it's good. It is really good. Hey, thanks, Norm. Appreciate that. Yeah, down there in Oz and Sydney. Appreciate you making a comment there, Norm. Hey, Norm, I don't know, did you see Darren said that, on James and Karen's channel, he said he has my 2 almonds ready for me. So, I thought I was only getting 1, but at least he's going to keep it at 2. But that's all good. Norm is one of I want to say but our supporters. I think I met Norm over on Bellis's channel, and Norm's good. He's a good supporter. All our channel members or channel subscribers. I don't have members yet, folks. I'm not even monetized, but from Australia, these guys and girls, they've been really good to us, and then some from New Zealand too. When Trish comes in here, she hasn't been in here for a few days, but when she comes in, it's nice to see her in here also. All right, Cash, you go eat, man. Yeah, I'll check your channel out when I'm done. I can't do it while I'm live streaming because I'm only using one device. Sorry, just in a video call with Marissa. I'm listening still. Hey, Norm, that's more important than anything I got to say. Okay, I'm not going to be upset about that. You know, you take care of business, man. You know, I was talking to Jim earlier, trying trying to take care of the business. She just seemed like a sweet lady. That's why I sent her. I responded to her. I gotta meet this young lady because she just seems like a nice person. Uh, Des, hi, Normal from Western Australia. Oh, he's saying hi to Norm. And Cash is all right. Thanks, bye. Yeah, Cash, I'll check it out, man, when I get a chance. And enjoy your spring break in the Philippines. And good luck with your school. Stay out of trouble, young man or young lady. I don't know if you're a guy or girl. I haven't figured it out. But anyway, take care. But and Norm, thanks for listening. 7 people in here. I think some people are just lurking, and that's okay. You know, it gives me some watch time. I need it. I'm trying to get monetized now. I wasn't never really made that an issue before, but as I said the other day in my live stream, I just want to get over that hump now because it's just hanging there. You know, just it's there. You know, it's available. And but honestly, I've been lazy about it, and I need to stop being lazy about it. And I tell you what, right now, I'm just talking just to talk because I'm beat. I was on my feet all day long, and for me that, well, I can't sit all day either. But I was bending over, working on this multi-cab, twisting my body and like a pretzel and something where I'm not used to doing that. And oh, okay, cashier guy, okay. I thought so, but I don't want to make an assumption and be wrong. Excuse me. I'm up to number 96 out of 126 vids in your playlist. Oh my goodness, Norm. Well, some of them are kind of short, but I don't know. Maybe I should probably create a folder for just live streams and then a folder for the other long forms. And I didn't sit down and edit anything. I worked on that multi-cab today. Took some video and whatnot of it that I'll use later, but I need to sit down and upload some of the long form video that I have and do some editing. I just, but now I'm working on this. I mean, honestly, I haven't left my house in like 3 days. No, I went to the store, but other than that, I haven't left the house in like 3 days. I've been working on this multi-cab, just trying to figure things out. But I've learned a lot about it already. I'm taking covers off. Now I know where the battery's at. I had no idea where the battery was. And but I found the battery. And it's just a little bit. It's a little battery. It looks like a motorcycle battery, and looks like kind of battery I had in my Harley. But just a little thing. Of course, the motor's not much bigger than than a motorbike motor anyway. But I appreciate you doing that, Norm. I really do. There are plenty of 2-hour live chat replays there. Boy, Norm, God bless you, man. If I hope you got the volume turned down, because then if you have to listen to my voice just drone on and on for 2 hours, that's got to be rough. That's got to really be rough. But I appreciate it. And anybody else that does that and takes the time to watch my videos or to set up my videos and play my videos, I appreciate that because the channel needs it. And I've been watching other people and stuff and what they want to do with their channel, if they get monetized, what they want to do with the income and stuff. And I've decided that, I need to do something like that. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do, but because I don't, anytime you get extra money, it's nice. But, as an American, we get taxed on this stuff too. And I don't need to, I've paid enough taxes in my life. Not trying to give them so much more. But I think there's going to be some philanthropy that can happen. And honestly, I like to help people anyway. I like to help James and Karen. He doesn't need it, but I offer to help Bellis and whatnot. And that's because that's just the kind of person I am. And it's not being arrogant, but it's true. They say, giving is better than receiving. It's a better blessing, and you feel better about yourself too if you're able to do that. Some people can't. You got to give within your means, and I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy seeing people happy, and it's just like I like to go play games at the little children's game thing, and I like to play the little push things, and all the tickets come flying out there because I've got the machines figured out, and I know what you need to do to beat the machine, and then what am I going to do with all these little tickets? I don't want a stuffed animal. I don't need anything like that, you know. So I just take these tickets and I look at the people that are in there, and I look at the kids that have a little sad look on their faces, and or I look at the parents. They don't look as well off, but they're trying to do a birthday or try to do something for the kids. I just give them the tickets, and then they get all excited and they get to run up and get a piece of candy or a little stuffed animal or whatever from their little store inside the game area. And excuse me, my nose is itching again. So as you get old, the hair tickles your nose. And but anyway, yeah, I just and then their faces light up and they're looking at me like, is this a dirty old man? You know, is this a creepy old man or what's he? Why is he giving me this? What's he want? I'm like, no, just it's a gift. Just take it, have fun. And the parents are looking at me. I'm like, yeah, just and they're like, no. I say, yeah, just take it. I don't want them. I'm just I'm just sitting here playing for in self enjoyment and my competitive spirit of trying to beat the machine. As I'm not trying to get tickets, you know. Well, yeah, I'm trying to get tickets, but I'm trying to get the tickets so I can give them away and see the smiles on the parents and the kids. Because you know, I know some of these parents. Now, some of them have money now, or they wouldn't be in there. But some of them, they have some, but not a lot, you know. And I know what it takes to get enough to win enough tickets to be able to actually take your kids up there and get something. It takes a lot more than you think. So I'm just helping them out. And I know the parents, I don't talk much to them or anything like that. They sit down. I'm like, you're welcome, no problem. You know, I just like seeing the kids. I like to see their faces light up. You know, and I like to see the appreciation in the face of the parents because hopefully they look at me as a foreigner and they realize, oh, okay, you know, maybe if they heard bad things about foreigners, they might realize that, hey, you know, not all foreigners are weird people, not all foreigners are bad people, and some of them are good people. And excuse me, my glasses were dirty. I can't even see. I gotta get real close if I'm gonna see what's being. All right, nobody's writing anything anyway, but but anyway, I appreciate all 8 of you that are watching. Excuse me while I clean the oil off my glasses so I can see a little bit better, see the chat better. There we go. That's better. Now I can see. And hold on, my chat's goofed up. I gotta. You know what, folks? I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I gotta. There we go. Let's try that. That looks better. Something was going on with the chat. It wasn't. Now what's going on? It wasn't registering, and I could tell because down I get on the settings down there. It like I don't know. The light goes out or something, and so sorry about that. And, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there. You got the wrong channel there, Ed Carr, Sky Official. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the multi-cab. So, yeah, I've started. I'm just like every time where I see little panels or whatever, I'm taking them off to see what's there. So I found the battery today in the multi-cab. I found where the blower is for the air conditioner in the back seats. So it's got its own little combustion. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I know where that's at now, you know, and there's no seat belts in the back seat, so I know I know how they're where they go and where the cubby hole for the when it winds back up where that's at if I ever want to replace them, which I'm not sure. I might just take those back seats out and leave them out. And let's see what else did I find today. I found out I took the side panels off the back because I'm putting sound deadening up on the walls of the multi-cab too, and I found out that the little AC the cigarette lighter jack or whatever, I forget what kind of jack you call those, but anyway, the DC jack in the back, it's not wired up. It's in the side panel and it's there, but there's no wires connected to it. I thought that was funny. And then also there's no speakers in the back, but I told them don't put a sound system in it. But I found where they had cut the wires to the old speaker that had been in there. It's not there now. The speaker's not there. So I'm just learning how they put these little machines together, these little multi-cabs, and they're very versatile. And I mean, Bellis has one. He's got the flatbed pickup type, but you know, I got the little van, the DA64W, and I will be coming out with a video about all that. As soon as I can get it put together, and James, I told James, I'm not supposed to be driving that thing without the LTO paperwork, so I don't want to break the rules on that. But I told him we got to figure out something, get it somewhere so we can go ahead and film it because I'm tired of waiting on that. Excuse me. So anyway, tired of waiting on that to take that video, and I want him to operate the camera because it's too difficult for me to hold the camera, look back and talk to. It's easier if somebody else is holding it for me, and I live alone. I don't have anybody living here with me, and you know what? I'm okay with that. That's okay. You know. Yeah. Although it does give you ammunition for all these people that come on here. These trolls want to say stuff, and like that one was saying something, I had to hide them from the channel because they were just being ignorant, and plus saying stuff that's not true. And I don't tolerate that. I don't like being accused of something that's. But I also know that people come in the chat and they try to just push your buttons and get you to say stuff, get you to act out of character. And some people, even like Bellas was saying, try to get you banned off of YouTube. He's had people trying, accusing him of stuff and trying to get him banned. And, well, let's see, banned better than the oot. Well, it depends, Des, on what you're using it for. It depends if you have a family. Like for me, I could have gone with just the little oot, as you call it, the little truck style. And I wouldn't mind having one of those because then I can move taller items. In the van, I can move a lot of my stuff, but I can't move my refrigerator because my refrigerator is too tall. I have a tall one. So the flatbed would be better for that. And originally, I was saving up for the Tamaraw, or the Toyota Tamaraw, or as they call it in Thailand, the Champ. But I was just recently talking to somebody, and they were really complaining about things about that vehicle. So I'm gonna have to go back to Toyota and sit in that thing again and look at it a little bit more closely based on what this guy was telling me. And but yeah, the van, yeah, I'm not going to be loading a lot of lumber and steel and everything in that thing, but it still gives me, I can go somewhere, and if I want to buy a lot of groceries, or if I want to buy something that I need here at the house, I can put it in that van, whereas I can't strap it on the motorbike always, because my motorbike's little. And TM's here. TM Womp says hello. Hey TM, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Oh, look at that, 11 thumbs up. I appreciate that too. Thank you so much, folks, for that. And I always got to say, thanks for taking time out of your valuable day to hang out with the Colonel and just talk about whatever. Usually I have a topic or whatever. Today I'm kind of talking about the multi-cab a little bit because that's what I've been doing for the past few days. It's just, and I've got the sound deadening material over here on the floor. Just laid it out flat because they sent it to me all rolled up. So I got it laid out flat. Hopefully make it a little bit easier to work with, and I might change what I'm doing inside it. Doing the walls, the sides of the multi-cab it's pretty difficult because there's little cubby holes and little things, and you got to get behind. So it took me a lot longer. I didn't get as far today as I thought it would, but I'm a slow worker anyway. I'm just, I do a little bit, then I go get a drink, and I do a little bit, take a break, look at YouTube, listen to something, talk to somebody, chat to somebody, whatever. So I'm a slow worker. But hey, I'm retired. I can work at my own pace. Nobody's paying me to do this. I'm doing this on my own just for something to do. TM says, early morning for me. Well, yeah, I tried to get on. I was watching James and Karen with Bellas and their live stream, so I was going to go, I wanted to go live, but I didn't want to go at the same time they were because I wanted people on their channel to also see mine. And so, hey, look who's here. So anyway, I waited until they were done and I came on, but I'm not as late as I was last night. Look at that, Roy and Rhea. That's great. Hi, Colonel. My 2 cents about cars over there. If you buy a new car, it will get so dirty every day and become really annoying. I got the old time around, so I don't care about the dirt. Yeah, Roy, that's a good point, man. That's a real good point. I had an OTJ, an owner type Jeep, when I lived in San Juan Batangas, and actually Jen has that Jeep now, Murray 18. She has that Jeep. She's taking care of it for me. But and it's six one half dozen the other. I had a brand new pickup truck, a Toyota Hilux Revo, when I was in Thailand. But Thailand's a little bit different, but it gets just as dirty. Um, but I wasn't off-roading, but I did have the farm for a while, and it got dirty out there, and the pollen in the air, and just the dust in the air and everything. So yeah, I mean, but I bought it because I decided that was going to be the last vehicle that I ever buy. Because honestly, I didn't think I was going to make it past 55 years old. And here I am, I'm on borrowed time. I'm almost 62. Lived a lot longer than what I expected. And I'm happy about that. But now I'm to the point where when I moved from Thailand to the Philippines, folks, I couldn't bring my truck with me, my pickup truck. Does anybody know why? I'll let that sit for a minute. Tell me why I couldn't ship my truck over here. It was paid for. Norm says, "Hey Roy, said in our area the asphalt from the volcano destroys the chrome trim on the new cars also." Yeah, and you're right. But you're what Calaon, right? And I saw some Ray. It looks like that house is coming along, man. She's doing a good job. TM says just helping you get monetized. Hey TM, I appreciate that. That it's humbling. It really is. This whole YouTube thing, man, I can see how people can get arrogant and whatnot, but for me, it doesn't make me. I get humble. The only time you get your ego stroked, something people walk up to you and say, "Hey, aren't you the colonel?" Well, yes, I am. Thank you for coming and saying hello. It's humbling too, because these people walk up, they don't know you, they just know you from seeing you on the street, and they come up and talk. For me, that's humbling, man. I'm just like, wow, this person, they came up and said something to me. They didn't have to, but that's how I met. That's how I met Juan. I mean, he just came over with his wife, started talking. I was like, man, this is too cool. I didn't know him from Adam except from you two, and it's great. And now I got Roy on here. I appreciate you. He hasn't been on here very much, but I appreciate that, man, because I know you got a lot going on too. When you coming back, man? He's at home right now. Let's see. Good day, Norm. That's from Roy. Yeah, I think James told me, Roy, when you're coming back, but I forget. But I wish you the best, man. And someday I hope you come over there and see your place. And I wouldn't mind seeing that volcano too. I just don't want to be there when it erupts. And I watched that one video when it was erupting. That was something else too. And it's just like over there where Bellis is on Leyte, near Palompon, where Jaron and Kames were trying to take the ferry into. When they had that last earthquake, that mountain cracked. The fault line right down through from the bottom to the top on that mountain. And then they had mudslide or landslide, blocked the road. But as I drove back through there in that valley there, I thought, man, the next big one, I'm scared for those people there because if that mountain comes down, like it almost did, it's going to bury that whole town, or all the people in that valley, and it's going to be a shame. And people won't be getting to from the Yaba to Palombo. They won't be going that way for a long time, because if that whole mountain goes down, because it's a road, it's right near the water. If that mountain comes down, it's going to go right out to the sea, and create its own little hill or smaller mountain there, probably from the debris. Okay, Alyssa Taylor. I didn't catch what you said there, Alyssa. You retracted it real quick. That's okay. I do that sometimes when I mistype. Roy says, within a month or two, I'll be back, mate. I haven't booked yet. Got to keep working while the house still has large bills. Not a rich man, just having a big crack. Yeah, Alyssa Taylor. Good morning, morning, Colonel. Well, good morning, Alyssa. Thanks for coming on. I don't think I've seen you on here before, or if you have, I'm not remembering because I'm old. So I appreciate you stopping in, saying hello, saying good morning. I appreciate that. It's nighttime over here, but that's okay. I don't think I know. Okay. Actually, I do remember your name now, but it's been a while. Norm, I'd book as soon as you can, Roy, before prices go up if you can. Well, yeah, prices are already going up. Now, I'm not a naysayer like some people. Some people like Bells, they're talking like, oh yeah, it's going. But I just flew to Manila and back, and yeah, they were a little bit higher than normal, but it wasn't astronomical. But it may be. in the future as time goes on and things don't get settled over there with the Strait of Hormuz. Cheers, Norm. Yeah, I'm watching the prices. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. TM Wump, I'm not too chatty, just watching and listening today, so I guess that makes me a lurker. TM, I don't care if you're lurking or not, man. I just appreciate you being here. The lurkers count in the algorithm too, and it's just the chats push the live stream along, and it makes it easier for me to talk also. But that's okay, man. I just appreciate the support. And we got new people or people that haven't been in here for a while coming in. Roy come in, Alyssa's in here. I mean, I appreciate all that. I really do. My neighbors probably don't appreciate it because I'm talking too loud, probably. But Norman said fuel surcharge is going up to level 8. I'm just glad I have mine booked. Scary stuff. Yeah, it's good you got yours booked already, Norm. The question is will they cancel the flight or not? That's what you. I was concerned about that when I went to Manila. Like, I hope I don't get stuck in Manila. But it was fine. It worked out fine. And someone was telling me that they were having trouble getting flights. I didn't have any trouble getting flights. But from Iloilo to Manila, there's a lot of different choices. And even from Manila to Iloilo, many more choices and so many flights every day. Maybe that will curtail off as the fuel gets more scarce over here in the Philippines. I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, before I forget, for my Australian brothers and sisters, I drank that peach flavored Bundaberg today. Man, oh man, I found me a new flavor, And I also tried their sarsaparilla, and I'm drinking the A&W sarsaparilla now. But I tried the Bundaberg sarsaparilla. It's different. It's a little bit different. I liked it too, but I really enjoyed that peach. That was some good stuff. I mean, I just wish it wasn't so gosh darn expensive. It's just that Bundaberg's expensive. But I tell you what, especially when it's really cold, like I make it really cold, and I tell you what, I drank that peach earlier today. That was good. Yeah, I might go spend 1,000 pesos and get me 10 of those. That was some good stuff. But the only place I've seen it is there in the marketplace. I don't think SNR has the peach flavor. They might. I have to go back and look. But it doesn't matter. It's only like maybe 1 peso cheaper at SNR than it is at the marketplace. So we'll see. Roy says, I'm off, fellas. Gotta wake up. It's very far every day. That's Aussie and American slang back to back. Yeah, baby. All right, Roy. You take care, brother. And can't wait for you to get back. Can't wait to meet you. And hopefully come on. I'd like to stop by your place sometime. And maybe we can do that with James and Karen sometime. I don't know. Maybe I can piggyback on one of their trips. But I know they like to take boats and their motorbike and stuff. I'm more like, put me on an airplane. I get there a lot quicker. But thanks for coming in, Roy. Thanks for the comments, man. I really appreciate that. That helps me out a lot, more than you know. Norm says, I have my 6 flights all booked on the one ticket, so even if they cancel a flight, they still have to get me there and back. That's awesome, Norm. Not Roy, catch you later, mate. Cheers, fellas. All right, Roy, appreciate you, man. Desmond, pineapple one good but sweet. Have I had? I don't think I've had the pineapple Bundaberg. Have I even seen that? I don't think I've seen that. I was surprised when I saw the peach, but it's probably one of those things where they just got one shipment in. When it's gone, it's gone. Like at Marketplace near my house or where I live, they used to have the full-size cans of Dr. Pepper. And when I bought them, I made a little short video about it. I wish I'd bought more because now they don't have them anymore, and they haven't had them for a couple months now. So it's one of those things where they wish they got a shipment in, and that was it. But right now they've got cherry Coke and they have vanilla Coke in the full-size 12-ounce cans from the U.S. And it's that's kind of nice. But I'd like to see them get Dr. Pepper again. I like some Dr. Pepper now. But it's all good. Bruce and Carol. Bruce is in the house. How you doing, Bruce? How's Carol doing? Good morning there, Colonel, or good evening. Just got up and getting the coffee pot on the stove on high. There you go. And nothing like getting up in the morning and having a cup of coffee. That's why I enjoyed my Keurig machine. I don't have that here. Over here, I'm doing the old Copica Blanca and the little tear open the pouch and boil the water and put it in. And it's quick, but not as quick as that Keurig machine. Oh, I could buy one of the Nescafe. They've got the little pods too. I could do one, but I've been drinking this foo coffee now. I don't know if I can go back to just straight black. Well, I know I can because I drink it when I go to Denny's and whatnot. But it's all good. Hey, Leo from New Mexico. Hello, Colonel. Nice to see you on live. God bless. And yeah, Leo, thank you. Appreciate it. Always happy to see Leo come in. He's been on my channel for a long time, from near the beginning. He just comes in, pops in, says some nice words, and he's off again doing whatever he does. But I appreciate you being here. Norm says you need to stock up when you see stuff on sale there, Colonel. Yeah, well, that's just it there, Norm. It wasn't on sale. I tell you what, if Bundaberg ever went on sale and it was a legitimate sale, which what I find over here, their sales are not really legitimate sales, in my humble opinion. But be as it may, I like all the buy one, take one, okay? But then you look like, wait a minute, when I was here last week, the one it was this lower price. Now it's buy one, get one, but it's more like the double the price. So it's like you're not really getting one for free. But that's that marketing technique, and that's what they do. I had two shops when I was in my time in Thailand, and believe it or not, it was from my first wife got me into this. But she sold ladies' underwear, bras, and panties in the market, and I moved her from Bangkok down to Phuket where I was living, and we opened up a shop, and we were selling ladies' lingerie and stuff, and the bras and the underwear and then the sleepwear, and then we slowly changed it into swimwear because we were near the beach. And you know what? I have not been married to her in years, but you know what? That shop, she still has that shop. And now it moved from the place where we had it, but she still has her shop, and she still lives in Phuket. So that's good for her. Even though she was a lunatic when she was with me, threatened me with that butcher knife twice, but she kept the shop. She is a business lady. So I understand about marketing a little bit. I'm not a professional. Well, maybe I am a professional because I had two shops, but I wasn't doing any big stuff. But I got some marketing principles down, and I know what they do to try to get you to buy stuff because we used to do it too. It's all good. But you're right, Norm, because if you don't buy it, you won't see it again. Norm says, "Oh well, when you see it for sale, then yeah, absolutely, Norm. I know what you meant, man. I know what you meant. I'm just saying, but." Alyssa Taylor, what's the lowdown, Colonel? I'm all ears. The lowdown on what? I have a few questions. Are American soldiers hesitant to face Iran? There are rumors that Iranian troops are fighting for their country's sovereignty while American troops are just fighting to defend. I have no idea what you defend Israel. No idea what you're talking about. I mean, I know what you're talking about there, Alyssa Taylor, but I'm the wrong person to ask because, I'm not in the military anymore. I don't even work for the federal government anymore. You'd have to go ask active duty soldiers, if they're hesitant. But I highly doubt it, because we're not trained that way. Where are you from? I can't remember. But, yeah, that's kind of one of those leading questions where you're trying to get me to say something that I'm not going to say. And but honestly, you're asking the wrong person. And I don't know about any of those rumors. I don't know anything about that. That's not what this channel's about. But as far as what's going on over there, I refer you to the White House spokesperson that can answer those questions. Not me. I'm just a retiree over here in the Philippines. I got my little YouTube channel. It's called the Colonels Chronicles, and I just try to have a good time, try to be positive, and I'm not always positive, but I try to be positive, and I try to, put out some words of wisdom. Sometimes it's just my opinion, and people don't agree with it, especially if they're from Europe or Australia. It's okay, but I love my Australian subscribers. they're all good. What do you say? Good day, mate. Yeah, they're all good mates, and it's all good. It's really good. It's all good. And even now, Trish, she's not one of the guys, but she comes into uh, what is it, Trish Yarn? I can't remember her full name, but appreciate it. And listen, thanks for the comments, but I'm not going to get in that discussion. I'm just trying to have fun here and talk about fun stuff. War is not fun, and people, as much as well, my background is what my background is, but you know, yeah, taking somebody off the count is not always a fun thing to do. It's an easy thing to do, and whatnot, but especially if they deserve it. But you got to live with yourself afterwards. If you're okay with it, then you're fine. And I'm okay with myself. I'm fine. And I don't know why you keep asking if you can have a jacket. Am I selling jackets? What a nonsensical statement. And I don't, unless I'm misunderstanding something. I don't know. You might have to just go bye bye. And yeah, well, there we go. We'll just you can go sit in the corner there for a little bit, Ed Carr. Because that's the second time you asked me for can I have a jacket, and that makes no sense at all. I don't. Somebody help me out. Am I missing something? I didn't get that at all. But wow, there's 10 people in here still. Whoa, 10 people! Hey, yay! Appreciate that, and really do. So what did I miss? What else did I do to? Oh, this is funny. I'm looking around my house, and I'd like to show it, but I don't want to. It's so embarrassing. I've got multi-cab parts strewn. I got them sitting in front of my kitchen sink. I got my air compressor sitting over here. Because I was using it earlier to blow out the dirt and stuff. I got my sound deadening material stacked up there on the floor. I got the back seats over here in front of me. I got the front seats over here in front of me, one up on the table. Got some bolts there. It looks like a war zone. It looks like an automobile. Yeah, it doesn't look like a war zone. It looks more like a what do we call that? Junkyard. Yeah, in America we would say junkyard, where they put all the old cars. That's what it looks like in here. Norm, against the jacket. I don't know, Norm. I just didn't understand what he was talking about. Help me out, man. Is that something different in another country? I didn't get it. Yeah, that was a leading question, TMY. I'm pretty good at those because I know how to ask those questions myself. And you gotta, when you're on dating sites and stuff, you gotta be able to know how to ask a leading question, and you gotta be able to recognize when somebody's doing that to you. And I had somebody earlier hitting me up for money. I'm like, you know what? That's a huge red flag, and that's a bye bye, see you later. You get blocked or you get unmatched if you're on a dating site. Just a little tip for folks, guys. Most of the guys on here, I think, are already married and whatnot. But if you're single like I am, and you're coming to, albeit Thailand or Philippines, wherever, Vietnam, it doesn't matter. If right the first day of the conversation, the second day of the conversation, if the thing about money comes up, I don't care what it. I need food. I'm hungry. I don't want to buy rice. I got a sick buffalo. My grandmother's water buffalo, carabao sick. My nephew's in the hospital. Can you help? I'm just hungry. I've gotten it all, folks. I've heard it all. And you get all. And that's one of my little rules is that if I haven't even met you, even on a video call, and you're asking me to help you financially, bye bye. Okay? Not to be rude or not to be harsh, but that's not the kind of person I'm looking for. Now, if I'm in love with somebody or I'm dating somebody and I care about them, am I going to help them out? Sure, I'm going to help them out as long as it's proper, or I don't get some red flags or warning signs about it. I don't mind. I'm a very giving person, but I'm not totally stupid. All right, but yeah, you're right. You're right there, TMR. Don't take the bait. Michael was in the house. Hey, Michael, how you doing? He says hi. Appreciate that. TM1 garage. Yeah, no, I wasn't. I wasn't in the garage. I was at junkyard. It's a junkyard where we put the old wrecks. That's what it looks like in here. Uh, yeah, recycled automobile shop or whatever. Norm, he wants to be a moderator. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I don't really do a lot of moderator stuff. I just forget about it. Those of you that got the blue moderator thing, you got lucky. I remembered to do it. Because normally, if somebody, I don't really, people want to say ignorant stuff. Usually, I can handle it. If somebody wants to get to it before me, that's great. That helps me out. I don't have to stop talking and do it. I'd rather just keep talking and let you guys handle if somebody's getting stupid. But quite honestly, because I'm getting older and a lot of these troll stuff are younger generation, I don't even understand what they're saying half the time. They know what they're saying, but I don't have a clue. Like Cash was talking about Roblox and whatnot. I don't have a clue about Roblox. Couldn't care less about Roblox. You know what I mean? But so they got slang and word from these different video games. I don't have a clue. So that's where I need you younger people to help me out. You know. But speaking of younger people, because I thought of Darren, 'cause something he said to me one time. But I'm still excited. He's sending me my 2 almonds. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get my 2 almonds from Australia. Australian almonds and not American almonds. That's a hoot. All right, Stone Cold is in the house. They call being given mod getting a blue jacket. I don't know why when it was a wrench and now a shield. Okay, whoa, okay. The light bulb finally went on. The colonel woke up. Well, being as I don't know him anyway, I timed him out. Maybe I should have timed him out. But it was just getting annoying because I didn't know what he was talking about. So my bad. I'm sorry, Ed Carr, but I don't know you. I don't think I know you. And so oh well, it is. He can come back. He can come back after 24 hours and we can talk again. But generally, if somebody's just telling me to make them a mod, I ain't doing it. Not unless I know you. I already know Stone Cold's an instigator. Norm's, he's Australian, so he's an instigator too. All my Australians are instigators, but I already know that. So I don't mind. I don't mind making you guys moderated because I know you're good dudes too. Usually, I don't know, but I know Stone Cold's an instigator, and I do know your name too, Stone Cold. I don't ever put it out there though, but it's all good. Somebody told me. I won't tell you who, but somebody told me. But thanks for explaining that to me. And yeah, why don't they just say shield now? Why did they say jacket? Before it was, if he said I want a wrench, then I know what he's talking about. If he said wrench. Or what if you're from England, the UK, you would have said what, spanner? I want a spanner. Crack me up, man. Some of their stuff. But Norm says, hey, Stone Cold. Norm, good evening and nearly good morning. And I like it when you guys come in here because it always gets lively. But Mr. Taylor, Manhattan, New York City. Okay, I think I remember that now. Okay, thank you, Colonel. Yeah, listen, I don't talk about stuff like that too much, and if that hurts your feelings, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I don't want to get into questions like that because that's not what I'm talking about. If I ever do a live stream and I'm talking about what's going on in the Middle East, then that's a fair question. But even then, I'm going to refer you to the people that you're asking about because I don't know what they're thinking. I'm not talking to anybody in the military right now. So I don't have a clue. I couldn't answer that even if I wanted to. Never asked to be a mod. It just happened. I think Bellis paid me to make you a mod, Norm. I think he gave me some money. And he said, hey, if I pay you, will you make Norm a mod? And I'm like, well, okay, Bellis. The price is right. Nah, he didn't pay me. I'm just joking. But now Bellis put a good word in for you, Norm. And I've been watching you on Bellis' channel, and I was like, Norm's a good dude. And then you came over to my channel, so I'm like, why not? And I remembered, so I did it. And Norm, you helped me out a lot, man. I'm assuming Stone Cold helps me out, but the jury's still out on that one. I think he helps me out. But have a nice day, Colonel. All right, help me out, young folks. GBU, what's that stand for? Good, goodbye, you. Good. I don't know. And you know what? This YouTube thing, man. Now I'm starting to get a little, starting to feel a little short and way because now they just making trying to make me look old. You know, because I don't understand half this stuff. You know, showing my age, I guess. Why, man? I feel like my mom, man. That's bad. Now, I had a mother. Now she was 97 years old. It's my adopted parents. She was 97 years old when she passed away, and that was just a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And she still never touched a cell phone. Never touched a cell phone in her life. I think she thought they were satanic or they were evil or something. Or she thought she was going to get zapped by lightning. I think that's really what it is. She thought that something electronic, she was going to get zapped. Because, you know, we were never allowed to use the telephone when there was a lightning storm or whatever. Oh, no, your lightning's going to come down through there. And I'm like, mosquito again. I'm like, no, it's not, Mom. She's like, yeah, get it. Because when she was a little girl, you know, they had the little switchboards. And, yeah, they, you know, never knew what was going to happen. I guess they shut it down whenever they had a thunderstorm or lightning storm. But it's all good. TM Womp says, God bless you. Thanks, TM Womp. God bless you, too. Oh, God bless you. Okay, GBU. All right, I got it. Why can't I figure this stuff out, man? I hope I'm not getting dementia or Alzheimer's. Now, my mom had Alzheimer's. And has anybody had an older parent or a relative that's gotten full on Alzheimer's? It's one of the saddest things you ever see. And my mom had it, and it wasn't like in that movie, The Notebook. You know, and in that movie, The Notebook, I don't know if you know years ago came out, but it's that movie's about the lady gets Alzheimer's, but she had written a book, and then what's that actor? Charles, can't think of his name. Uh, what's his name? Good actor. Been in a lot of westerns. Anyway, he would start reading. He would read the book. Start reading the book to her, the story that she had written down, and it would bring her back to reality, and she would have some moments of lucidity. That never happened with my mom, except for one time, and I wasn't there. And I'm kind of glad I wasn't there because I probably would have got really emotional. But you know, I think I told this story in one of my other ones too. But I'll tell it again because it's such a, you know, it's so human. It just shows the frailty and you know how you just gotta tell the people you love them. You know, because if they lose their mind, they don't know who you are. Because she didn't. The last I don't know 10, 15. She didn't even know who I was. I had to tell her who I was, and even then, I know she didn't know. You know, she's like, "Oh, you're my son." Yeah, I'm your son. Oh, really? I didn't. I have a son. Yeah, you have two, Mom. She didn't even know. You know, and yeah, Stone Cold says, I've only seen the early signs of dementia with my mom. Yeah, let's hope that's all she gets, Stone Cold, is just dementia because um, I'm here to tell you, man, Alzheimer's is no joke. And what Alzheimer's, a lot of people don't know this, Alzheimer's, what it actually does eventually with some people, it attacks their internal organs and it actually, um, it can shut down their body. It's not just about the memory. It's about the rest of their body too. Now, I don't believe that happened with my mom. Well, it did. It happened to her functioning, I guess, a little bit because her body, because she was 97 years old, but then her body just started to shut down, and that's what Alzheimer's does. But you know, the Lord allowed her to live for till she was 97, and we always. And I remember a couple of times she's like, Doug, when she, you know, I told her who I was, she goes, why? Well, this was earlier on when it was just starting out. She goes, why doesn't the Lord just take me home? I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I don't have that answer for you. There's a reason why you're here, and but yeah, yeah, it was something. It was something else. I forgot. I was telling a story about somebody I lost my train of thought. Oh, a moment of lucidity, and she was with my brother and my dad was there, and she snapped out of the Alzheimer's for about 30 seconds, you know, and she looked at my dad and said that, you know, Ray, I love you. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And that was it. And then she was back to Alzheimer's, you know. But, I mean, but for, you know, about 30, you know, 15, 30, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Or, no, she was only good for about 15 seconds, so it couldn't have been more than that. And she just like, I love you, and thank you for being a good husband. Yeah, she said that too. I'm trying to remember what my brother told me. She said, thank you, you've always been a really good husband. I love you, thank you for loving me. It's all going to be okay. And even my brother lost it. And he said he even teared up. My brother, he don't ever tear up. But he did for that. And I was like, wow, you know, He said, yeah, because I was talking to Dad. He goes, "This is probably a good thing you weren't here, because I would have got emotional, because even though they're my adoptive parents, I still love them, because they raised me, you know, and pretty much, with the latter part of my, from elementary school, and they raised me. When did I go to live with them? I was in first grade when we got adopted. Let's see. Let me back up here. I missed something. Okay, Norm says, my dad had Lewy body dementia. In the later years, he sometimes knew who I was. Well, that's a blessing, Norm. You know, thankful for those times, and I'm sure you were. Unless he was a bad person, anyway. But yeah, it's dementia, Alzheimer's. It's no joke. I had a social warden that I worked with uh, in Florida, and his father had it, and he would get phone calls from his wife like, he's doing this, he's doing that, and like one time he'll never watch it, so I hope excuse me, sir, this. Well, I don't mean to. I'm not going to say your name or anything, but I guess he got a call one time. His father was urinating in the corner in the living room of their house, and his wife was like, I don't know what to do with him, because he didn't have a clue what he was doing. He was just urinating there in the corner, inside the house. I mean, that's like, but that's Alzheimer's. You know, you just don't know. And sometimes they get angry, and my mom would get angry, and like she was in a special unit at the nursing home for a while, and they had to remove her because she got combative with the staff. Now this is the special Alzheimer's unit. I'm like, well, aren't you guys like prepared for that? Supposed to be able to handle that? But they removed her, and I guess because she was getting combative with, and they were concerned that I guess that she would hit some of the other. And my mom was never like that. She was not like that at all. And there was one time too where she cussed my father out. You got to understand, my parents were devout Christians, very conservative. Not a swear word ever came out of there. The strongest word my dad ever said was "butt," B-U-T-T. I never heard anything. But she called him a name that was just like, what in the world? Where'd she even hear that? You know, and it brought my dad to tears. And because she said it in front of people. Saying, you're a blankety blank. And my dad, I don't think anybody's ever called my dad that. He's just not that kind of man. But she did. But she was out of her mind. And it hurt my dad a lot. I was sad for him about when, I think my brother told me that too. Or maybe my dad told me that. And he almost choked up telling me that. Because, he loved my mom dearly. She was his second wife. His first wife passed away also. But this time he passed away before she did. So, and he's in Arlington National Cemetery, Washington D.C., with the other Army chaplains, and my mom's there too, next to him, or with him. Let's see, my mother. Okay, TM Womp said my mother suffered with Alzheimer's for 8 years before she passed. At 87 years, she lost all memories of her family. Exactly, TM. It's my mom. She didn't have a clue. My mom, I think her brain was reduced to like that. What I said was like an 8-year-old. She had like an 8-year, maybe a 10, 12 years old mentality. Um, but she remembered all her Bible, all her hymns that she sang in church all those years, all the Bible verses she memorized, and she went to Bible college also, just like I did, or I went just like she did, but that's where she met my dad actually. And anyway, um, yeah, she remembered all that, but she didn't have a clue who her family was, who I was, who her friends were. So, at the end, she didn't remember any. She didn't even know where she was. If I would go visit, it was like, where am I? She didn't even know who I was. She just saw me as a person. I went one time and she kept gritting on me and giving me the old, I call the old stink eye, and looking at me all crazy like, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And after I left and I contacted the social worker and whatnot, and they're like, well, she more than like she thought you were there to rob her. She thought you were going to steal something. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I know what it was. She had a wedding band with this huge diamond that my dad had given to her. And she used to, and my dad got it fitted for her before he passed away and everything. He wanted her to have it. I was like, Dad, no, it's going to get lost, whatever. And it was worth a couple $1,000s or more. And he's like, "Ah, I want her to have it. I want her to have it." And she wouldn't have cared. She wouldn't even remember. But when she would take that ring, she would hide it in her room. She had her own private room. She would hide it in there, you know. And so she thought I was coming in there and I was going to find that diamond ring and steal it from her. And I'm like, really, Mom? I'm like, come on, get real, you know. But that's Alzheimer's. It's really it's a sad thing. But wow, TM, 87. That's pretty good. My father was 87 when he passed away. My mom was 97. But she was 5 years older than my dad. So it wasn't like that was, it was only 3 or 4 years, 3 years, 3 or 4 years between them passing away. Well, 87, 97. I don't know. I have to figure out the math. It wasn't that long. That it was a few years though. He lost his movement first, then his memory. Okay, yeah. See, no, it affects people differently, different ways, and a lot of people don't realize that Alzheimer it can and will attack the body, um, but it attacks or affects people differently. My mom towards the end, she would fall sometimes, and they were concerned about that too. So they ended up before she passed. They had her in the hospital wing, and she made it through COVID. Tested positive a couple times, but never got it. And but because of the nursing home staff, so they would bring it to work. And but anyway, Norm says he. Okay, I read that already. TM, it's hard on the family. Yeah, that's the hardest part. TM, is you're watching a loved one. You're just watching them fall away. You're just watching them fail. You know, physically, mentally, and like I don't know, like it was a struggle for me. And now I came to the point where I just accepted it, whatnot. But it was a struggle for me because um, I'm not a patient person. I don't have the patience. And when I would go in there and talk to my mom, um, like the last time I went back and saw her was when my dad passed away, and she had no clue who I was. And that's when she was looking at me like a crazy person, like I was going to rob her. But her conversations were 15, where it was a 15-minute cycle or a 15-second cycle, and it would involve like, what's the weather like today? I'm like, well, you can look out the window, but it's it's raining or sunshine. Oh, okay, that's good. Where am I? You're at blankety blank Fellowship Homes, up there in Pennsylvania, and she said, oh, really? Why am I here? Because Mom, you have Alzheimer's. She goes, no. Oh, I had an accident when I was a little girl. You remember that? I'm like, no, Mom, I wasn't. I wasn't alive then. She's like, uh, what's the weather like outside? And then the same questions. Where am I? And I can only handle. I'm not gonna lie. I can only handle about 5 minutes of it, answering the same question. There are a couple of times I got upset with her. And I told her, look, Mom, you've asked me these same questions 10 times. I'm not answering them anymore. And she just looked at me like, huh? Because she doesn't remember. She didn't even know she didn't even know what she was asking. And but that's why it was like dealing with an 8-year-old. And still love her to death. But it was rough. And that's what happens too sometimes with the parents getting. And that's why it's different here in the Philippines too. The parents stay with the family. Now my parents chose to go where they went. I didn't put them in the nursing home. They chose to go there. They were on a waiting list, and they worked their way up through the regiment. They had a cottage first, and then they had like a little apartment. And well, when they moved out of the cottage, my father went into an apartment because he and my mom couldn't stay together anymore because she needed special care. She went into the Alzheimer's unit. And my dad went into his own little apartment, but he had people, would come in and clean, like housekeeping and whatnot. So it was a little bit higher level of care because my dad couldn't totally take care of himself. As much as he tried to tell everybody he could take care of himself, he couldn't. But he tried to act like he could. He's old Army colonel. He just, I'm going to do it. I can do it myself. And it's like, oh my goodness, Dad, come on, let somebody help you. But I hate to say it, I'm not even their biological child, but I'm so much like my parents. It's scary. It's just scary how much they rubbed off on me. I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but oh well. That's why we do YouTube. We talk about all kinds of things. I haven't gone fishing in 20 years. I always went fishing with them. Wow, Norm. And I bet, I would imagine those are some really good memories. You should just cherish those and hold those close to your heart. And you know what, Norm? You know what I would suggest? Go fishing again, man. Go fishing. I can just imagine the floodgates of good memories coming back. It might make you sad a little bit too, because there's grief involved there. Even though it's been 20 years, you're always going to have a little bit of that grief. But it might do you some good, man. It might do you good to go fishing. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there for whatever it's worth. Anyway, it's after midnight here, mate, so I have to hit the sack. Take care, Colonel. See you, everyone. Thanks, Norm. Don't. The only thing I would say is don't hit the sack too hard, man. Don't hurt yourself. I always say hit the rack. That's what we said in the army. You got to hit the rack. And there's always some joke, right? Don't hit it too hard. Like, man, shut the. I can't say that on this family-friendly channel, but basically I tell them shut up, with a few other words in there maybe. But hey, I've been. Oh, Bruce. Good night, Norm. Yeah, it's an hour and 21 minutes. And, I probably should get off of here too. I like to go for 2 hours, but I'm getting tired myself. I had a long day working on a multi-cap. Listen, folks, there's 80 of you still in here. I'm gonna shut it down. I appreciate everybody being here. Norm, appreciate what you're doing with helping me with the watch hours. Bruce and Carol, appreciate you stopping in. Stone Cold, always got the wit. TM Womp coming in here. God bless all you guys. I appreciate guys and girls, even Alyssa with the leading question. Appreciate all y'all coming in here and helping a brother out, helping out the Colonel, grow the channel. Michael, let's see, who else am I forgetting? There's other people. But I appreciate everybody coming in here. Roy was in here earlier. Appreciate him. And Roy doesn't come in here very often, so I'm happy to see him come in here. Because I really do want to get over and see his house sometimes. Good people right there. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. God bless. Remember, tell the people you love them. We just talked about Alzheimer's and how people forget who you are. And, I can still hear, my dad in my head sometimes. I'd call him because I was in Thailand. I can still hear, hey, Doug, how you doing? And stuff like that. Yeah, that's my real name, folks. But I still go by the Colonel, please, if you don't mind. It's just easier, especially when the trolls come in. They don't know who I am. But eventually, who knows? I might just switch and start using my real name. I don't know. I might change the channel name too, because a lot of people see they don't like the Colonels Chronicles because it's a mouthful. TM1, God bless you all. Okay, and Stone Cold's waving, and that's it, folks. I'm gonna sign off and give my little salute. Salute. God bless.